Welcome back. It's February 24th, which is the Saturday that I did these. It's the Zwift Inside a Tiny Race series. I'm excited to be back doing these races. I hadn't done them all month, so I was excited to do one today. I felt good doing this race, so I want to bring it to y'all. I want to also thank y'all to my subscribers. Please like and subscribe to my videos. I'm trying to get as many likes as I do views. That would really help my video move up in the algorithm. So first of all, I want to ask y'all to like my videos and give them as many likes as possible. Also, thanks to the people who do like my videos. And also, if you have any comments, leave them in the section down below. I will respond to you. I try to respond to everybody who leaves a comment. So I will be leaving comments for everyone. I want to also say thank you for following me. This week was the Tiny Race series. My first one of the month. It's the last of the month. I wanted to see if I can win this series. I did an early series. This is 4 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time for me. Also, it was the return of BB. Yes, it should be in the title screen. As you can see, I'm excited for this race. These are great races. What I do now is I only put 2 races up. I find the 2 of the best races of the series, and I put those 2 races up, and I only speed them up slightly so that I can get through them, but they're not as long. For me this week, me and BB ran head-to-head on 2 of the races, so I put those 2 races up. And one great legendary Ric Flair said, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. So let's see what happens in the video. So right now we're gonna get started. First of all, I'm gonna show you what happens on the race number 1, which I'm not gonna show here. I should have it on either this side or that side. You should be able to see race 1's results. And after this race, we'll come back and we'll speak more on the next one. Let's get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. And as we take off this one, I don't try to power out the takeoff on this race. My whole goal with this one was to stay in the pack. I kind of knew that this one had a climb at the end, and I've raced this course. It became really familiar to me as we got through this race, but I'm used to riding this race. This race is one of my ones that I've done. In fact, I think this is one of the races I may have of the 2 or 3 that I've ever beaten BB head to head, where he's like in the top 3. This is one of the races that I think I've beaten him on. Now, you notice at the beginning of this race, there's a super tuck section, and I super tucked this section, which gave me a chance to actually regain some of my pop. Now, if y'all notice, when we go downhill, you can see my draft go through the roof. It really goes really high when we go downhill. Now, I like to stay in the pack because it gives me a chance to kind of relax, and that's what I'm trying to do as I'm riding. So with this ride, it was a lot of strong riders in this race. I'm hoping that I won the series. I'm not sure, but as you can see from the first one, I put it in the description in the beginning, in that first race, BB told me he was having problems with his steering unit. He's just getting back into racing again. Man, I hope your move was great. I remember you telling me you was moving. Man, it was a long move, man. So, hey, leave me in the comments. Let me know how it went, man. Long moves can be very frustrating. But as we paddle up and get in the pack, I'm using the draft as much as I can. You also see that my wattage, my weight balance is not as off as it was before. It's not really diving super deep anymore. I think because of the adjustments that have been made to my numbers, it helps out a lot more now that I'm not really burning that thing clean through the roof. But normally, anytime I start climbing, that thing falls to like 0. So there's been some adjustments to things. So now that those things are adjusted, I'm racing, and I'm not worried about a lot of other things that I was worried about last month. Those things are kind of adjust themselves. But as you can see, riding in the pack is pretty simple for me to do with this, because it gives me a chance to just stay kind of, like now we're climbing. As you can see, when we climb, you can notice that my weight balance goes down some, but not a lot. Now, when we do come off the draft, if I'm behind somebody, you will see that draft really kick up. But we still in a climb. If you look at the top, you can see where it says 4, 6, 7% climbs. And my goal when we hit these climbs is just to stay with everybody. Now, there's BB next to me on this one. And I was like, you know what? This is the second race. I see the guy right there shoot off. And I'm not worried about people who take off super early in the race. Because like I said, when we came over this, I could see on my on my graph right here, you can see on the graph where I'm at the top of the hill, so I'm not worried about catching him because once we get over the hill, I can speed up and catch up to him. So I'm not really worried about that. And so as we come over the hill, I look up and I say, okay, cool. What we're gonna do is just slowly catch up to him. And you said we're at -3. So I could have actually, if I had got it up fast enough, maybe super tough, but I didn't realize I was thinking of the next hill that I was gonna really gun it down. So that's what I was thinking about. So that's all I was looking forward to was once I got over that next hill that you can see on the graph, I'm getting ready to come over that hill. I knew I was gonna be able to walk him down as long as I didn't let him get too far ahead. Now, at the top, you can see I have 3.7 kilometers left, and I know that's about 1.5 miles, 2 miles, somewhere in there. So I knew I had enough time to catch up with him, so I wasn't really worried about him getting away from me. I really wasn't. So as we come around, we come down the hill, I'm going, okay, cool. All I got to do is just catch up to him slowly. So I'm trying to catch him, but I'm not going as fast. So I can see him really pedaling off up in front. But if you notice, I'm just slowly walking him down because we're going down. Look at my speed over on the side. It's 57, 56 kilometers. I'm almost in super tuck mode. And we're at 3 point. I should have actually super tucked. I could have just kind of came off the pedals and super tucked that down. But after we make that turn, we kind of climb again. So all I'm trying to do is just keep enough power in so that I can just pedal through most of this. So we're getting close. We got 2.6 kilometers left. I'm thinking to myself, I got a nice lead. I look down and I'm looking for BB where he at, and I slowly see him climbing. Now you see him climbing, but he's in the pack still. And here go this guy again. And I think he's Hartfield or something like that. And he shoots past me, and I'm going, okay, cool. I gotta keep this guy. This guy right here is persisting on just every chance he gets on a climb, he comes past me wide open. If you notice this, in every race, anytime he's got a chance to come past, he zooms past me like I'm standing still. And that's one of the things that I tell everybody that you have to realize racing with me. If you're gonna get me on going up the hill. Don't worry about coming down the other side of the hill, because coming down the other side of the hill, I get a chance to get you. So you see, every time we get to the hill, we on a climb, you see what he does. He takes off. And I want to name, I think his name is Hartsfield. Sorry, man, I'm gonna call you M. I'm gonna call you I think that's M. I'm not sure. I think PP. Sorry, it's PP. So, oh God, that sounds so terrible. Sorry about that, man. So as I look back, I see BB behind me, and we got 1.5 kilometers left. So what I'm doing now is trying to keep him off and trying to power up so that I can keep him back off of me and I can go. So I'm looking at the numbers on the side of me, and we're running at the exact same speed. If you notice, now I'm trying to maintain whatever speed he has. I'm looking at his speed and I'm trying to stay one ahead of it. That's my whole goal the whole time is, okay, cool. If BB behind me, we're neck to neck on this one. This is one of the rare occasions where we get to race each other neck to neck in the top 3, and I get a chance to show that I'm ready to beat the man. This is where I come into it and I'm going, okay, cool. I've been talking so much about BB, talking about how legendary he is. I'm gonna put the man in his place. The man gotta understand, to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm doing what I need to do to beat the man. So I'm looking at our speed, and I see that I am maintaining the same speed he's maintaining, and that's all I have to do to beat him on the end of this race. And I'm looking up, and we're only 500 meters from the end. So I'm not thinking that he's gonna catch up to me. All I gotta do is just keep powering through this thing like I'm doing, and I can get it. And as I look up, out of nowhere, he comes past me just at 300 meters. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I can power back up to get him, but he hit it just right. I try to get people to understand he knows how to do it just right. And that right there, it was just no chance of me catching back up to him. I tried, but he hit me just right at the right moment. It never fails. So let's get to the next video, y'all. So that was the second race. Also, I'm gonna put the results for the third race here because I'm not showing it. We're gonna go straight to the fourth race from this race. But I also gotta let you know that that PS that I talk about at the end of this race is not Petter. I think Petter's gets ready to do a race tomorrow on Sunday mornings that he does. I can't remember the name of the race, but I'm thinking about trying to ride in it one day, but that's not him. So also, I guess I need to address the elephant in the room. So here we go. I am out of Zwift and ZRL's jail. Yes, I'm back on the site. You can look me up again. I think my suspension lasted about 45 days. They adjusted my numbers and everything, so that was good. It also helped out that I can now race and not worry about not worried about getting DQ'd right now. I don't know if they can really permanently fix this, but as of right now, I am back. So I can race with my team again. I can do all the things that I like to do. I want to thank Zwift. I think what it is, I'm kind of a irregularity with them because of my weight and my power normally with somebody doing the power that I put out, which is not elite. It is only equated to my size. It's relevant to the size I am. It's not an elite number. It's like seeing these power lifters who pull not trains, but pull trucks and stuff. You wouldn't expect to see a bike rider doing that, because you would look at his size and go, you can't do it. It's more equate to my size. My numbers for me are not really elite. They're just equated to my size. But I think because of my size and my weight, it kind of throws the algorithm off a little bit. But yes, that's the elephant in the room. I am back. So with all that being said, let's get into this next race. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. And as we take off on this video, we look at this one, and this is one of the ones where I can't remember the name of the ride, but this ride was a pretty good ride for me. I was thinking this is number 4. I showed you the standings for number 3 just now. So this is number 4. And as we're coming around, we go downhill on here. So my goal was just to super tuck down the hill. I've gotten better on this ride. It's a lot of gravel, but you don't really need the gravel bike. So let me put it to you this way. You don't need the gravel bike. It's nice to have, but you really don't need it. It's a thing where it helps out, but hey, not really as much, because we're in the. I'm trying to say it without saying. I don't think you really need it on this one. So if anybody ever does this tiny race again, I don't think you need the gravel bike. It's not really necessary. It may be, somebody may tell me different, but hey, also with this, I'm coming down the hill, and so what I do is I just super tuck down. I tuck down the hill. Now I'm slowing down, but as the hill go back down steep, you notice that I'm not pedaling. I'm just kind of just letting it super tuck, and I'm keeping up with them on a super tuck. You notice I'm not pedaling. I told you my weight does a lot of my work for me, especially on downhills. Now once we slow down and come back into it, I've saved a lot of energy. Everybody in front of me has been pedaling just to stay up with me. So that's a little extra energy they have to put out just to ride with me on this race. So what I'm thinking to myself is, okay, I forced them to pedal. So now once we get down to the bottom of the hill, I just have to put in a little bit of work to stay at a certain speed while they had been pedaling all the way down the hill. I didn't pedal. I super took most of that hill all the way down. So we're in the gravel, and like I said, the gravel bike might help out a little bit, but I don't think it's enough for me. I don't think it's enough for me to change a bike and go that. And I've done it before on other races, and it just killed my momentum. So I'll stick with this bike unless it's just a true long, all out, nothing but gravel ride. I won't switch bikes. I just stick with what I have. So as we're riding now, we're coming on the ground, we're coming around the corner, and we got about 4.4 kilometers left. 4 kilometers left. And as we coming around this corner, I look up, and I want to say it's Hatfield. I'm gonna call it MH. So MH is in front of me. BB is behind me. But what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to hold BB off, but I'm not trying to put all my energy in the ride. And so I know, like I say, when I race BB, my whole strategy changes for everything. I'm just being honest. My strategy changes for everything. I start trying to ride behind people. I start trying to draft better. If you notice, when we go downhill on a draft, look at my numbers as my draft go up. We're going downhill and I'm pulling up behind. I hit 300. I just don't hit almost 400, 300 and something coming down that hill. I think one of my drafts did hit 400. With that draft coming down the hill, it gives me a chance to boost up around them going up the hill. So now as I'm riding, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm gonna stay right here with them in this draft and just save a little bit of energy with this. Now I know BB is right on my tail. Now, because we're going back downhill, I simply roll in front of everybody. It's not hard for me to get back in front of you. You can look at my watch putting out. I'm staying kind of calm for me. And for me right there, that's only about 2.2 on the 20 minutes. So As you see, I'm coming down, I'm coming downhill, so it's kind of hard. I want to really take off and leave them, but I know going down here is really not. The best way to leave them is not going down here. Is when we hit the flat. If I have a long extended flat with the speed that I have coming off the hill, if I can maintain that speed somewhat for a little longer, that's when I pull away. When y'all see me race people, it's not on the downhill that I beat people, it's the speed that I have once I hit the flat at the bottom of the hill. That's why I put in my distance. Because most of us keep kind of, it's only a certain amount I'm going to put out more than everybody. I did do Mount Swift, and I have to be honest, when I came down Mount Swift, I was doing 90 some kilometers. I totally forgot to record it. But I was doing like 90 kilometers coming down the hill. It was almost 20 kilometers faster than anybody else. I walked down about 8 or 9 people coming down the hill. Literally, they were way ahead of me, and you could see them flying, and I would just walk them down and leave them like they were standing still. That's the difference when I have a nice steep climb coming down, a decline coming down. So, as you can see here, we're coming down around here, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. We got 1.5 kilometers left. I can keep this speed up. I wasn't worried about maintaining my speed. To myself, I was thinking to myself, all I have to do is hold this lead right here where I'm at. And I think that if I can hold this lead, it's a slim lead, but if I can maintain the same speed as BB got and PS got, I can win this race. That's all I'm thinking to myself I think that PS is a Petter, man. That might be Petter behind me. And if that, I got Petter and BB behind me, man, this is not right. So I got to make sure. I'm going to look in the stats and I'll put it up there. If it's not Petter, I'll put his name on inside of here so people know who it is. And as I'm coming, I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. We only got 600 meters left. He got me at 500 last time. With 300 meters left, he got me. So this time, I'm not letting him have it. So I'm at 48 kilometers. I'm thinking to myself, I got him. I got him. I just don't let him pass me, and I got him. So I'm at 300 kilometers. This is where I got taken by him, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, guess who 2 people come past me? You see that? I just got to be real. It's something about, he just knows, they know when to attack. That's why I joined the NTS3s, because of that. Man, thank y'all for watching my videos. Thank y'all for subscribing to my videos. And with that, I just want to tell y'all,